Hi, I'm Chuck Marunde, an exclusive buyer's agent in the Sequim, Washington area. I'm the guy who used to be a real estate attorney and then decided to get a life. Well, today I want to talk to you about two competing MLSs in the Sequim, Washington area and how it impacts buyers. The Northwest Multiple Listing Service, the NWMLS, and the Olympic Listing Service, the OLS, are two competing MLS providers serving the real estate market in Sequim and in the area here, the county. While both aim to facilitate property transactions, there are notable differences between these two services that impact brokers and sellers in the region. But what do buyers and sellers need to know about this NWMLS versus OLS competition, and why does it matter, especially to buyers and sellers? There are some very important technical capabilities that are important. The Northwest MLS offers superior software capabilities compared to the OLS. The NWMLS uses Matrix. It's a powerful MLS database that provides advanced search features, integrated tax and property records, dynamic map searching, and tools to track new listings and price changes. In contrast, the OLS software is considered far inferior in functionality and features. The NWMLS also provides additional tools integrated with Matrix, such as down payment resources to assist buyers and the INRIX drive time search to find properties based on commute times. In terms of navigation and technical tools available to listing agents and viewable to buyers, there's no comparison between the two, and the Northwest MLS software is more robust and feature-rich for brokers and their clients. The Northwest MLS has a significantly larger market coverage compared to the OLS. With over 30,000 member brokers across 26 counties in the Northwest region, the Northwest MLS provides much greater exposure for property listings. This extensive network allows sellers to reach a broader pool of potential buyers. Now, in contrast, the OLS primarily serves the local markets of Sequim and Port Angeles and Clallam County. Now, on a statewide level, the Paragon MLS system, which is what the OLS is only used in 3 counties, including Tri-Cities, the lower Yakima Valley, and Whitman County. The total number of realtors in all 3 using the Paragon MLS is about 1,500, compared to over 30,000 in the Northwest MLS. Only a few local brokers in Sequim are exclusively members of the OLS, and its reach is limited compared to the Northwest MLS's coverage of the greater Seattle-Tacoma metropolis and the surrounding counties, covering all but 3 counties in the state. For sellers looking to maximize their property's visibility, the Northwest MLS offers a clear advantage in terms of market coverage and research. There's no doubt about that. So dramatic is the difference in listing exposure to potential buyers. It's really an embarrassment to list a property in the OLS and not the Northwest MLS. Now, you can imagine that this is not something a listing agent would want to admit or explain to his sellers. A seller would almost certainly want to be in the Northwest MLS to get far greater exposure to far more buyers. When it comes to broker support services, the Northwest MLS provides superior broker and agent support services compared to the OLS. With 20 service centers across the region, the Northwest MLS offers dedicated support to its 30,000 plus member brokers. This includes training on the latest industry regulations and the Northwest MLS products and the best practices to help brokers deliver exceptional service to clients. In contrast, I would say the OLS is a smaller, locally focused MLS with more limited resources for broker support. While the OLS is governed by local brokers, it lacks the extensive infrastructure and dedicated service centers of the Northwest MLS. There's no full-time staff of employees with the OLS in the Sequim area. On the other hand, the Northwest MLS has a large full-time staff in Kirkland, Washington, and they always answer the phone immediately, and help is available for anything that comes up. I really appreciate their incredible customer service. The Northwest MLS's support system empowers brokers, it really does, to increase their reach, build their business, and stay up to date in a rapidly changing real estate landscape. This translates to better equipped brokers who can provide superior guidance and service to both buyers and sellers in the competitive Northwest market. When it comes to reaching the largest number of qualified buyers for a seller, the Northwest MLS serves sellers best. There's no doubt about that. The Northwest MLS serves sellers best in terms of reaching the most qualified buyers. With over 33,000 member brokers across the Northwest region, listing a property on the Northwest MLS provides exponentially more exposure compared to the OLS, which has only a few hundred local members in Clallam County. The Northwest MLS listing data is syndicated to all the major real estate sites and apps used by buyers, whereas the OLS listings have limited online reach. I've had a lot of trouble in past years getting the OLS data feed to work on various apps and difficulty getting that data to integrate smoothly on websites. There's no problem doing that with the Northwest MLS IDX data feed. This means the Northwest MLS listings are seen by a much larger pool of potential buyers actively searching for properties. Additionally, the 33,000 Northwest MLS member brokers have access to view all the listing details and documents, while only the few hundred local OLS members would have access to an OLS-only listing. The vast majority of brokers in the state of Washington representing qualified buyers who subscribe to the Northwest MLS will not even be able to see a seller's listing in Sequim if it's only in the OLS, unless it happens to show up on Zillow. But you know what? Northwest MLS members are expecting all listings to be in the Northwest MLS. Realtors don't go to Zillow to find listings. Now, even if an OLS listing appears in Zillow, I've found the listing details are often lacking key information. Again, that appears to be because the OLS IDX data feed does not play nice with other systems, and it does not syndicate well. For sellers looking to connect with the highest number of qualified buyers who can pay top dollar, the Northwest MLS is the clear choice over the OLS. The extensive market reach and accessibility to buyers' agents makes the Northwest MLS far more effective at attracting ideal buyers. According to information I was able to find, a small percentage of Sequim brokers, likely less than 5%, are only members of the OLS and not members of the Northwest MLS. The vast majority of brokers in Clallam County, which includes Sequim, use the Northwest MLS. Over 95% of all Sequim brokers were members of the Northwest MLS based on data comparing memberships in both MLSs. This means that very few brokers in the Sequim market limit themselves to only properties on the OLS without also utilizing the much larger Northwest MLS to reach more potential buyers. Now, I've heard two reasons by local realtors as to why they wanted to belong to the OLS only and not the Northwest MLS. I think you'll be a little surprised when I tell you, but here they are. First, I've heard at least two local realtors state that they don't want to put their listings in the Northwest MLS because, and I quote, "I don't want Seattle realtors coming over here selling my listings," or words to that effect. This was even said at an association meeting. If you think about that, it's certainly not working in their seller client's best interest, is it? If I had a listing, and I don't because I'm an exclusive buyer's agent, I would want to help my client get their home sold, and any buyer's agent would be welcome to sell it. The second reason given is that they don't like the rules and accountability they would have if they were members of the Northwest MLS. You see, the OLS has very few rules, and that means less accountability. Now, since I'm a big consumer advocate and have been my whole life, even when I practiced real estate law, I think the rules and regs of the Northwest MLS are legitimate, fair, and protect consumers from the kinds of shenanigans realtors can play. And believe me, they can play all kinds of games. This means the Northwest MLS helps to protect buyers too, and buyers are my clients. Here's my conclusion, and this is based on well over a decade of using both the Northwest MLS and the OLS, and it's based on a lot of research for many, many years. I'm a tech geek, so I've dug deeply into both systems, and I have a lifetime in real estate law and real estate brokerage, internet marketing, and all the tools for marketing homes, as well as the tools that buyers use to find homes. I've written many books on these topics, and I've written many more articles comparing the Northwest MLS with the OLS. And I think I've written more articles than anyone else I know on this topic. So I think it's fair to say that I'm a qualified expert when it comes to rendering an educated opinion on the efficacy of both the MLS systems here. And I can draw several conclusions, which I'll share now. The Northwest MLS wins on technology and tools for listing brokers. The Northwest MLS wins on listing information and detail pages that are broadcast to buyers all over the internet through IDX data feeds and syndicated sites, as well as individual broker MLS sites. The Northwest MLS wins on marketing tools and associated tools and apps that are included for subscribing brokers. The Northwest MLS wins on customer service by an order of magnitude. The Northwest MLS has a feed to Zillow that includes excellent detailed information for buyers as well as brokers, but the OLS listings sometimes show up on Zillow and sometimes do not, and when they do, they seem to have missing data. The Northwest MLS has over 30,000 brokers participating, which means that all those brokers potentially have buyers who can access all their listings. While the OLS has a few brokerages who use the OLS exclusively in Sequim, whose listings are not reaching anywhere close to the number of brokers and buyers the Northwest MLS does. The Northwest MLS has over 95% of all Sequim listings, while those only using the OLS will have limited access to listings. There is no question at all that the Northwest MLS serves home sellers, listing clients, far better than the OLS. But this also means the Northwest MLS serves buyers far better than the OLS, because buyers will have access to Northwest MLS listings through far more public broker sites as well as syndicated sites. The Northwest MLS wins over the OLS by an order of magnitude. I think this matter was settled long ago. But there are still a few Sequim brokers that refuse to join the Northwest MLS and only offer their listing clients the OLS. Do you think they explain any of this to their listing clients? I doubt it. Imagine if homeowners discovered all of this. Well, there you have it. There's the video for today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.